So this is what we're looking at today. I bought this a month or two ago. It is a voice-controlled lamp, which, you know, isn't really anything special, except for I got this at the Dollar Tree. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Dollar Tree, maybe you don't have them by you, they've been around for a couple of decades, and up until about 2 years ago, everything in the store was $1 or less. So you go in there and whatever you grab, you know it's going to be $1 or less. Well, recently they had to up their price, which I understand. You know, after a couple decades, you can't forever be just $1. They upped their prices to $1.25. Then shortly after that, they changed it to where they also have $3 stuff, $5 stuff, and $10 stuff, making the store completely pointless. Because you go in there and you see something like, oh, well that looks cool for $1.25, and then you realize it's $10. You're like, well, that's not too good of a deal. Well, this is a voice-controlled LED lamp for sitting on a table for $1.25. I had to check. It says right there, you can't read it because it's really blurry, but it says $1.25. And I made sure when they rang it up, that it rang up $1.25. And it's voice controlled, but it does not have any Wi-Fi and it does not require an app. So supposedly you just plug this thing and it's going to work. You know, I just want to see how well it works. So this is just basically a review. We're going to look at this. It says it has 5 unique commands. It has 3 brightness settings, or 3 color settings, adjustable brightness, and a built-in microphone. Again, with no Wi-Fi or app, which is amazing for $1.25 to have something that understands my voice and can translate. I'm just wondering how well it works. Now, unlike your computer or your phone where you might be saying sentences and stuff, this is only looking for 5 commands. So if you say something, it can be very loose with what it's trying to understand, I guess. The question is, how well does it work when I say the commands? And let's see if we can maybe trick it into accidentally going off while I'm just talking. So again, I have not opened this. It's USB powered. It says USB-A powered. Let's go ahead, hook it up, and give it a try. Okay, first things first, let's unbox it. Let's see what we got here. We've got the dome light. The power cable is built right in. And there's an instruction manual. We'll look at that maybe if we can't figure it out. I guess I probably have to look up exactly what the commands are. Let's go ahead and just plug it in right here and see what happens. Okay, automatically comes on. It's obviously very cheaply made. And I'm assuming that's where the microphone is. There's a little hole there. And let me go ahead and look at the instructions here. I'll use the lamp to read. Change the color. Dim the light. Dim the light. Turn off the light. The commands are turn on the light, change the color, brighten the light, dim the light, turn off the light. So far none of them are working. Let's read what this says. I should have brought my glasses. Begin by plugging in the dome, USB power. Once plugged in, the lamp will illuminate. It flickered. Simply say the trigger. Oh, you got to say dome light. Turn off the light. So you have to say dome light first. Turn on the light. I guess when you say dome light, dim the light. 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 Brighten the light. Brighten the light. Brighten the light. Brighten the light. Change the color. Ooh. Change the color. Change the color. So it does have 3 different colors, and it seems to work. What if I say I'm going to turn on the light, or I'm going to turn off the light? Okay, so it still hears that. I wonder how long it goes. Turn on the light. How long it goes after I say that. Let's see, 3 colors, adjustable, then stuff in Spanish. So that's pretty much it. But you had to say that one word at the beginning, that one phrase. I'm not saying it because I want to see how long it lasts for. It's been a little while, so let me say turn off the light. Okay, turn off the light. Dome lamp. Turn off the light. Turn on the light. Dome lamp. So when you say dome lamp, it seems to flash to let you know. I don't know if that's a feature or a glitch, but it knows that you're listening. Dim the light. 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 It flashes a lot. What was the brighten the light. 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 Okay, this is actually pretty cool. Can I take it apart? Look at this. Okay, that's pretty bright for you guys probably. Turn off the light. Dome light. Turn off the light. So yeah, in here we have a little, I'm trying to not have to do too much editing on this video. Can I set the, I'm blind from looking at the LEDs. Okay, what do we got in here? We have a board in here, very small board. Goes right to the microphone. Yeah, there's not much in there. I actually am really impressed. I mean, this is kind of useless. I don't know. I'll probably give it to my daughter or son. They'll love this. But that's pretty neat. Dome light, turn on the light. Dome light, turn on the light. Dim the light. Okay, so it looks like dome light, turn off the light. It's really bright when the cover's not on. There are 4 LEDs. 2 white ones and 2, I guess, warmer temperatured ones. So the 3 color setting is probably turning on 2 at a time or all 4. Actually, let's just go ahead and test that. Dome light. Turn on the light. Change the color. 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 So yeah, it goes from 2 white LEDs and 2 warm LEDs, and the 3 colors are either having all 4 on or 2 at a time. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed for $1.25, that is. Other than that, it's kind of junky, but let's do this. For $1.25, I think that's a pretty good purchase if you have a use for something like this. I'm still a little blind. I see little LED lights when I close my eyes. Anyway, I bought this a month or 2 ago just mainly to do a video on it, just to look at it. And I was expecting it, honestly, not to work very well. But it does work very well for $1.25. Here, I'm going to go across the room. I'm going to go outside this room and see if it will still acknowledge my commands. How far away? How loud do I have to be? So I'm what, like, I don't know, 15 feet away now? Dome light, turn off the light. Dome light, turn off the light. Turn on the light. Okay, I'm going to back away. Now I'm about 20 feet away. Turn off the light. Turn on the light. Ooh. Turn off the light. Turn off the light. Turn off the light. Turn off the light. Okay, so I gotta speak up a little bit, but that's to be expected. So yeah, so from 10 to 15 feet away, I can just say turn on the light, turn off the light, and it hears me. I don't have to speak too loudly. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. So yeah, this isn't a programming video. You probably figured that out by now. And there's really not much in there to mess with. I mean, I could look at some more. Nothing on that chip looked familiar. There was their board. There was only 1 chip on there. So I highly doubt there's any hacking of this. But that's pretty cool. Anyway, if you have a Dollar Tree nearby, you can probably find this online. I'm still amazed when you buy stuff like this online, how cheap they can ship it to you. But if you're near a Dollar Tree, go see if they have one of these. It's pretty neat. It's definitely the thinnest, cheapest plastic they could get. But that's understandable. Thanks for watching. FilmsByChris.com. That's Chris with a K. Have a great day.